everyone, this is Lauren and I'm going to be telling you about the Day of the Dead Festival in Hollywood, or the Dia de los Muertos Festival, and that took place at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. And I know this isn't my typical format for my review, but I happened to accidentally delete the intro clip for my movie, so that kind of sucked. But you'll be able to see pictures now instead of me personally, for the intro at least. You'll be able to see pictures from the festival of me and my family with our face paintings done, so that was pretty fun. And I want to say that the only other Day of the Dead festival that I have been to is actually in Palm Springs, at the Palm Springs Art Museum, and that's a really small scale, like, free event. So this is pretty much the biggest Day of the Dead festival I've ever been to, and I had a super fun time. So I really want to tell you guys that you should go, because there's just so much to do. And I also want to say that the reason why I like Day of the Dead is just because I do like the skeleton theme to it. I also really enjoy how it's to appreciate the dead. It's not a morbid event, kind of like what America has turned death into. It's really just an appreciation of people who have died, and just for memories and getting together with family and friends. And I think that is really a positive event to have here in the US when you compare it to our typical beliefs and outlooks on death. So it's just really a fun thing to go see, a fun thing to participate in, a really good cultural event. So I want to start off by talking about the face makeup that I had done at the festival, my face painting. And pretty much I made the mistake of sitting down. There was tents available during the festival. Different vendors were open to do face paintings on people, the whole skeleton kind of Day of the Dead look. You could tell them what you wanted and things like that. But the mistake that I made was that I just sat down at the first tent that I saw that was doing face paintings, because I wasn't aware, or I didn't really pay attention to all the different tents available that were also doing face painting. So I paid this guy $5 to do my face, and I will tell you that the first face painting I had done was very disappointing for me. I didn't like it. I ended up looking like a juggalo or something. So eventually my sister got her face done in a different tent, and hers was like 10 times better, because the paint and the painters were just better quality and took more time to do them. So eventually I went up to a lady at the tent that I was at previously, and I just told her, you know, I was really disappointed with the face that the guy gave me. So she redid it, touched up, and it looked 10 times better. And so the face painting was definitely the highlight for me. I've never had my face painted before like that. I wanted to continue my review and talk about the location of the festival. Now, the festival was held at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, and the cemetery is actually in the middle, seriously right in Hollywood. And I think the first thing I noticed was just how massive this place was. I have never been there before. You know, you might think, oh, it's in Hollywood, it's probably going to be small or something like that, but this place is huge. And I think something really cool also was just to see all the different kind of tombstones that they had available. The section that we actually ended up walking through was the Jewish section. And so I have to say that a highlight of the Day of the Dead Festival is just to see the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. And throughout the cemetery there was just stuff set up. There were art vendors available, there were different stages for performers, and there were also just a lot of places for altars. So the whole cemetery was actually used for this festival. I want to say that the performances were really cool. They had a lot of kind of Mayan, like Aztec performances with they were dressed up like Indians with feathers and stuff like that. They did some really cool dances. And then there was also kind of ballet folklorico, the girls with their dresses and everything, and they had their face paintings done also. They did kind of more traditional dances. So the performances, I think, were very cool to see. Just more about the culture. And then they also had just different performances throughout the whole thing. It was, I think something that I noticed about it was just It's going to take me probably another 2 more years to really get used to what's happening at this festival. There was just so much going on. Everything from the art vendors to the food to displays available. It was crazy. It was massive. And there was also 1 million people there. I know they said that this was one of the biggest Day of the Dead festivals in Southern California, but after going there, I really believe that. There was just so many people in some parts of the cemetery that it was difficult. It was really difficult to walk, seriously. You had to pay close attention to whoever you were with to make sure you didn't get lost, and I felt sorry for any little kids that got lost. I know that they were announcing it, but so many people. So if you go, be prepared to just have to deal with the hustle and bustle with the crowd. So another highlight would be the altars. Actually, the altars are the highlight of any Day of the Dead festival, because Day of the Dead is primarily about appreciating and just respecting the dead or people who passed away. So there was a contest for who could build the best altar. I guess, I'm not sure what they based it on, creativity or just looks or how pretty it was, but there was a lot of altars throughout the whole cemetery that people built for people, for pets, things like that. Yeah, there was an altar for pets actually, so that was kind of cool. They had little cat figurines and different animals for their altar. There was also an altar for Frida Kahlo and Johnny Ramone. There was one for a guy who died in Afghanistan, you know, kind of military people. So these altars were massive. They weren't just like little tiny altars, they were actually really huge altars with everything you could think of: candles, flowers. They also put stuff on the altars that the person liked. For example, if it was a child that died, they would put maybe baby shoes or baby clothes or food down there. If it was someone older, they might put some kind of alcohol that the person liked or cigarettes. So I think the altars were the highlight of it was so cool to see stuff that people put so much work into. So yeah, pretty much the whole Day of the Dead festival was super awesome. I would seriously recommend that you go to it. I loved it. It was super fun. Everything from the face painting to the performances to the different art available to seeing the cemetery even was super cool. And I was so happy to see that so many people came out to this festival. It's super huge, and I know the next one is going to be just the same. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just look into the Hollywood Forever Cemetery for the Day of the Dead festival. I really recommend it, and I also recommend that you get your face painted for it. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. Alright, bye you guys.